Hi, everybody. My name is Devin, and I'm so excited to introduce my coworker, Joy, who's here with me today.
Thank you, Devin. I'm so glad to be here.
We're both librarians at the Worcester Public Library, and we're bringing you another edition of Weekly Reads. We're going to recommend 4 titles that are available through Overdrive and Libby on your phone or device. You can also access Overdrive on your laptop or desktop. And then we're going to mention a 5th title that's coming out later this week. So Joy's going to focus on nonfiction because she likes it, and I don't so much. I'll focus on the fiction. So right now I'm going to switch screens to show you what we have to talk about this week. All right, we have a really great lineup this week, so let's just get started. Our first book is Maybe Someday by Colleen Hoover. This is the first book in a 2-book series. It came out in 2014. At 22 years old, Sydney has a great life and a great boyfriend, but then she finds out that he's cheating on her. They break up, and she becomes captivated by her neighbor, Ridge. She loves the way he plays his guitar on his balcony at night, and then Ridge finds he can't ignore Sydney. They soon find themselves meeting each other in more ways than one. The story has a lot of modern aspects. One of the characters is hearing impaired, so a lot of the story is told through text messages. Also, original music was created for the story. So there's a website where you can access the music, and that's listed in the print and online versions. This book got a lot of great reviews. Kirkus said that the book resonates with true emotion, unforgettable characters, and just the right amount of sexual tension. Colleen Hoover is sort of an up-and-coming romance writer, so if you enjoy romance but you're looking for someone new, she would be a great person to try. And now we're going to do a nonfiction with Joy.
My choice in honor of Patriots Day is The British Are Coming! The War for America, Lexington to Princeton, 1775 to 1777, which is the first volume of a trilogy by renowned military historian Rick Atkinson, and focuses on events of the first 2 years of what would be a 7-year war for American independence. Now, Devin, I know that you, for one, are not fond of military history, particularly lengthy military histories, but hold on. Atkinson has won several Pulitzer Prizes, and he's won them for a reason. This book is riveting. Yes, the author does include nail-biting accounts of famous battles, including Lexington and Concord and Bunker Hill. But he also interweaves accounts of the lives of individuals, well-known and ordinary, courageous and cowardly, who experienced both the tedium and the brutality of war firsthand. Well, we all know how it ended, right? The colonies won, Washington became president, and the rest is history. But if you want to learn more about how these events actually unfolded, you'll have to wait for the next 2 volumes. Meanwhile, stay at home, curl up on the couch, and immerse yourself in The British Are Coming.
I know that one was on the bestseller list for quite a while, so I'm sure it's great for all you history buffs.
It is.
My next fiction recommendation is actually one that Joy recommended to me because she reads nonfiction and fiction. So this one's fairly new. It came out just this past March 2020. It's an eerie twist on the sinking of the Titanic and its ill-fated sister ship, the Britannic. Someone or something is haunting the Titanic. There's mysterious disappearances, sudden deaths, and the ship's guests have felt like they're in this weird limbo ever since the ship set sail. Some of them, including a maid named Annie, are convinced there's something sinister. But then, as we know, the ship sinks. Years later, Annie, who survived, is trying to put her life back together. She's working as a nurse on the Titanic's sister ship, the Britannic. There, she encounters Mark, who also survived the sinking. She's really excited to see him again, but his presence awakens these deep buried secrets, and they realize that the terror from the Titanic may not be over yet. I got a starred review from Library Journal. They said it's a seductively menacing tale of love and betrayal, and it has seances and sea witches. So I love books with paranormal aspects and I love historical fiction. If you feel the same way I do, then you'll probably like this book too.
And I love the Titanic, Devin.
Oh, great. I'm going to switch to Joy's next nonfiction.
Catch and Kill: Lies, Spies, and the Conspiracy to Protect Predators by Ronan Farrell. The title is lurid, the content's jaw-dropping, and the author is the remarkably accomplished son of Mia Farrow and Woody Allen. So, what's not to love? Well, the book's subject, the producer and serial predator, Harvey Weinstein, for one. Catch and Kill refers to when a tabloid publication purchases a story potentially damaging to a public figure, and then instead of publishing that story, kills it, thus currying favor with the public figure involved. This is just one stratagem employed by Weinstein and his army of attorneys to surveil, threaten, harass, and intimidate victims and journalists, among them Farrow, who sought to bring his crimes to light. In the end, of course, justice, or some semblance of justice, prevailed. Still, this is a scary story ripped from the headlines that has to be read to be believed.
That sounds like a really intense book. I have something that's kind of intense, but in a different way. So this is our upcoming title. There's a new John Grisham coming. It's going to be on Tuesday, the 28th. I know all you John Grisham fans will be excited. This is the second book in the Camino series. The first one was Camino Island. Grisham sweeps us away to paradise for sun, sand, mystery, and mayhem. Welcome back to Camino Island, where anything can happen, even a murder in the midst of a hurricane. So we could all use some sun and sand right now, even if it's through a book. But of course, Grisham brings his trademark thriller to it too. So I'm sure it's going to be great. But that wraps up our weekly reads today. Thanks so much for watching. Joy and I will be back next week. But if there's a genre or a subject that you want to hear a recommendation for, feel free to drop it in the comment below and we will see what we can do for you. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you, and see you next week, fellow readers.
See you next time.